Stroll will be next to cross the line, and he makes his way out of the bottom 5 into the top 10.
Joe's not happy with it. He's not confident in the front of the car. The front understeering is sliding across the road. He's not able. He's having to hesitate before he gets on the throttle.
Yuki Tsunoda goes second fastest as he crosses the line. Esteban Ocon only 12th fastest. Carlos Sainz might find himself in a bit of danger. Not a great first sector from Carlos Sainz either. Where's Lando Norris going to end up? Oh, only 13th fastest for Lando Norris as Nico Hülkenberg goes into the top 6. Brilliant lap from him and safely through to the next part of qualifying. That's the spin for Alex Albon. Ferrari on top with Charles Leclerc, but Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez didn't come out for a second run. Oh, he is. And into the gravel and brushes the barriers, but doesn't look like he's hit the barriers too hard. So Charles Leclerc has caused a red flag, an early red flag to throw there because the Ferrari is going.
I don't think the car is damaged.
Copy.
And of course Leclerc's the man most under pressure, isn't he, in 16th as well, for good measure.
Trying to get himself out of the bottom 5 as Nick de Vries makes the tyres squeal, and is probably adding to that noise underneath the crash helmet himself. That is his qualifying over.
Yeah, locked the rear axle under heavy braking, the weight transfer I was telling you about earlier on, and then you start downshifting and the back axle, it's like pulling the handbrake on basically.
Sorry about that. I locked up the rears into turn 4.
Bottas will be the next to cross the line, sees the checkered flag, stays sadly for him in that bottom 5, only by a few hundredths. His teammate Zhou Guanyu for Alfa Romeo also in that bottom 5. Next to cross the line, Charles Leclerc. Told you he had pace. He's gone fastest overall by 0.2 to Max Verstappen. Don't discount Leclerc.
Lando Norris then, how's his lap shaping up so far?
He's got about a 1/10 of a second in hand, I think, to try and get himself into that top 10 as he crosses the line, goes 7th fastest, 10th and a half inside the time that he needed. Well done to Lando Norris.
Very interesting there. So Mercedes then kind of a little bit in the zone, but 3 to 5 tenths off the pace.
The Aston Martin of Lance Stroll had quite a big impact with the barriers.
Are you okay, Lance?
Yeah, okay.
He's fighting all the way, isn't he?
Yeah, he just got a little bit wide and tried to stick with it. So he's got wide, now he's on the dirty part of the track, can't get it back onto line, and straight to the scene of the accident.
It seems we have a power unit issue for Carlos Sainz that's just trundling along in first gear at the moment.
No power, no power. You need to rev up, revs up.
Vamos.
Here we go.
We're away. You ride the curb on the left. Now you've got to get into the early apex. More understeer from the Ferrari as it wants to head towards the wall. He comes over the line, goes second. Took a shortcut to the line there.
Hamilton then. And Russell to cross the line. Russell first, 132.2. Hamilton a 132.1. We'll see a bit more from Mercedes on the new tyres in a moment. This is the time we're interested in. Leclerc 130.7. This is going to be very tight. Verstappen only 3rd fastest on the opening runs in Q3, and Perez about 0.3 further back on his teammate. Alonso 10th in the first sector, 10th in the second sector. They'll be looking at Alonso then powering down the main straight, and he goes on to the second row. He's 0.4 down and just behind Sergio Perez. George Russell next across the line goes 5th fastest. Aston Martin out-qualify one of the 2 Mercedes. What about the other one? Lewis Hamilton only 7th fastest. Carlos Sainz has gone a little bit quicker than his teammate through that first sector. We wait to see Max Verstappen going through the first part of the lap. Charles Leclerc, we look to see him. Leclerc crosses the line now and goes on to pole. His teammate Carlos Sainz though, what can he do to challenge it? What can Max Verstappen do to challenge it as well? Sainz crosses the line, he's missed out on a pole position. Leclerc beats him by a 10th. So it's Leclerc against Verstappen. Verstappen against Leclerc. The Dutchman, the world champion, who was on pole here this time last year, crosses the line now and he misses out on pole. It's Ferrari that get pole position. position. Charles Leclerc will hear the cheers of the crowd. He won't see the celebrations in the garage, but he will feel the Scuderia applauding loudly. Ferrari back on pole position.
Yeah, P1.
Let's go! Come on! Wow. Let's go! Let's go! Come on!
I tell you what, though, we've got a race on our hands, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have got a serious race on our hands between Ferrari and Red Bull, and we'll see who can find the sweet spot for a race setup.